Hey guys, Cakes here. Today we're going to be thinking about what the perfect Animal Crossing New Horizons update would have. So, it's been a while since we got an Animal Crossing update, so we could get a new trailer for an update at any point, and hopefully the fact that they're keeping us waiting could mean that a really good update could be coming next. And if this next update is perfect, then this is hopefully going to be what's going to be in it. So, first up, we're going to be talking about what would be in it in terms of quality of life update. Nintendo does seem to be listening to us, at least some, in terms of what we want to get added to the game, because they have added two things they wanted in the game, which is the more custom design slots and more storage space. So hopefully we might have a high chance of getting some of these added to the game. First of all, in terms of quality of life updates, we need an easier way to place paths, as in like a grid or something that shows us where we're going to be placing it, because half the time when I'm trying to place paths, it just ends up going in the wrong way, or it ends up deleting a different path that I've already placed. We also need an easier way to craft, because most of the time when we need to make more than one item, it's just sitting there spamming A for ages and ages and ages and ages and ages. And they could also add a feature to where no matter where you are on your island, if you have the materials in your storage, you can make it without having to go back to storage and then having to go back because you realize you forgot that one piece of iron. Next, we need to talk about flying. So, talking to Wilbur takes 1 to 3 minutes, and then the cutscene that you see every single time someone leaves, or if you go to their island, it takes way too long, and there's also a cutscene for both players when someone's leaving the island. So it takes a really long time that it doesn't need to take that long. So they could either shorten the cutscenes or they could just get rid of them. Like, I know that some of it's just like needing to connect and all that, but some of the cutscene really does not need to be there. Also, talking to Wilbur, they could have either a way to tell him to really speed up, or they could just get rid of him constantly interrupting you. Just say complete randomness. Finally, for quality of life, is Isabelle giving you the news. I don't care that you just finished your crossword puzzle last night. I don't care that you lost your favorite sock. Just please give me actual news. Don't get me wrong, it's pretty nice to have at least one character that's not your villager that you can actually, talk to instead of just having randomness come out of their mouths. But it would still be nice if she could tell you, more actual news. Like, she could tell you who's on the island that day. Maybe she could tell you the weather. It would just be a little bit better for her to tell you, actual news instead of just, ladies and gentlemen, I watched TV yesterday. I know, I'm so amazing. Next, I think they could add a few more NPCs. So I know that we already have a lot of NPCs, but there's still some characters from past games that would be really nice to see come back. So obviously, first off is Brewster, because that's probably the number one most wanted thing in all of Animal Crossing. So I basically don't even have to say much about him. He's a pigeon that gives you coffee. That literally legitimately needs to be on my island. Please, Nintendo, just add him already. Next is Katrina, who is a panther that tells you your fortune. So in New Leaf, she would come to your island in her tent every now and then, and she would basically, for a price, she would tell you your fortune, and depending on what your fortune was, basically change what your luck was for the day. She doesn't really need to be in Animal Crossing New Horizons, in my opinion, but it would still kind of be cool to see her come. She could come every 2 weeks, like the other NPCs that just randomly visit your island. Next is Harriet, who I think would be a great addition to New Horizons. But her old job got replaced by a piece of furniture. Yeah, I don't know. But basically, she used to change your hairstyles and the color of your hair and all that for 3,000 bells. But now, obviously, it got replaced by the mirror item. But she could still come back, and what she could do is she could probably change your hair to have different hairstyles that you can unlock using the mirror, or maybe she could give you different colors that you can't use during the mirror, or maybe she could give you a mix between two colors. That would be kind of cool. But I think that would be really cool if she could get added. She could probably be in the upstairs of Able Sisters. I think that's where she was in New Leaf. I can't really remember. It's been a long time since I played that game. Next is Reese and Cyrus, and I understand that they're already in the game during the wedding season, which is June. They're at Harvest Island, so you can take their anniversary photos, but they could still somewhat do their old jobs. So Reese could maybe have a stall in the town plaza that she comes every 2 weeks to, and maybe she could have her old flea market to where you can still do the flea market just on that little mini stall area. In terms of Cyrus, he could come back, and I get that he got replaced by the customization kits, but he could maybe customize the items that you cannot customize. So basically most items that you can't craft. he might be able to customize. And maybe he could do it next to Reese when she comes to do her flea market. Finally is Cap'n and Tortimer. So in New Leaf, Tortimer's Island was a great thing, but the actual island itself at Tortimer's Island is basically just the New Horizons Island in a nutshell, or just one of the new Nook Ticket islands. So the only thing that could be added from there really would be the mini games. So they could have most of the mini games come back, and maybe you could tell Wilbur to fly you to these new mini games. And I think that would be a great thing to do, because there's not much to do other than do like your daily stuff, and that would give us a lot more stuff to do. Once you're actually at the place, they could either have new NPCs that would fit more into New Horizons theme, or they could have the old NPCs that used to be at the island when you first arrived, which was Leilani, I think that's how you pronounce her name. I'm not really sure. Grammy and Layla, or there could be totally new NPCs. Other than that, they could maybe add some more reactions, some more furniture, maybe another small event, or just whatever else they want to add. But let me know if there's anything I missed, or if there's anything else you want to see get added. So I hope you enjoyed. I will see you all in the next one. Bye!